Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high.
First things first, I'll start with the verse. Cool sneaks, t-shirt, press play, no rehearse. Chilling in my zone, just trying to make it home to a place where I can go and I know that I belong. Song after song, turns out I was wrong. Trying to fit in like some cheeks and on. Knowing I'm meant to stand out, not looking for a handout. Been down and out and turned around and it don't last long. And this is my awakening, contouring the reshaping of the person I was and wanted to be. When it all boils down, when I'm left with the thing. And I'm so amazed with what I can do. I'm not afraid to lose. It's my talents that I choose. And you'll be amazed. It can work for you, no matter what you're going through. I'm here to say you can do it too. Don't give up on your dreams. God provides for me. Don't give up on your dreams. God provides for me. Sometimes it feels like it ain't gonna be right from the door. Can't fight, don't fear. Just wanna lay down on the floor. But in times like this,
good evening. Welcome to Rock Truth Radio. I am your host, Selena K. And we thank you so much for joining us today. Rock Truth, the absolute at all. We live in a society today where truth, even before our very eyes, is consistently questioned, criticized, and altered to fit a person's ideology of God's original intent for the kingdom and for mankind. We believe that the Bible, our human constitution, is inspired, infallible, inerrant, and the final authority for all. Rock Truth is founded on Hebrew, the original point of reference for all things to come through eternity. Rock Truth Radio is a cross-cultural response to the economic climate and social crisis of today. Rock Truth is designed to serve the physical need of fallen man while serving the spiritual need he didn't know he had that impacts, affects, and infects generations. Rock Truth Radio seeks to inspire, enlighten, highlight upcoming and established, local and international kings and queens of character, while promoting Black consciousness and awareness of who we are and to whom we belong. This is indeed a kingdom renaissance. Welcome across country, baby. Yes, Lord. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, fellow truthers? What's going on, Sierra? What's going on, Queen? Man, nothing much. Enjoying this beautiful day. Enjoying this beautiful day.
God, ain't it?
It is
It's
amazing.
So sad.
No, I know.
It's the music for me.
Is
it's
it?
The music
Is it?
For me, I love that music. That music, I love that music.
Yes. Who is you telling? Like, I'm telling you, I have to wake up in the morning to something like super good and dope. Like, I have to. Like,
really?
It just starts. That's why I always like find something. Yes, it has to be. It has to be. Like, man, I'm telling you, and today, like I did, I know, like, you know, we were supposed to work out. Don't say nothing. We were supposed to work out today. But however, no, I really like it's been such a long time since I've desired to do art, and I just wanted to do that. And I'm like, I'm falling asleep. I'm waking back up doing it. I done made so many different designs today. Like, and then hey, I made the designs that I was waiting to make, not only to have other ones waiting to make. Like, it's just it's so he keeps me busy. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that's just like God. When God gives to you, get it done.
I'm telling you, sis. And if it's more on my plate to do, that means I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be right here. If all this on my plate, I'm gonna be right here. So thank you, Lord, for me and letting me know at least I'll be here for a minute, because I got a lot of work to do. This stuff is a lot. So how was your day completely, Queen?
Definitely be busy.
I know, right?
So I got up early. I try not to do much work on Friday. So I got up early. I did some exercise and stuff like that. Took some vitamins, all that good stuff. Had some phone calls. Finished up here at the gym. Now it's time for the Rock Truth Radio, and then after that I'm gonna probably get into some things later on. But I want to enjoy this beautiful day, every moment of it. It's so nice out, and it's a Friday. It's up there, stuck there. So who knows after that? How was your day completely besides the work?
Again, just refresh. Just you know what? I'm telling you, the schedule is everything. I think I'm about 2, 3 weeks in with the schedule, honoring the schedule, staying on the schedule. I think that I've learned this week
Mhm.
about my schedule. Trying to fit people in last minute, it doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? Because once a certain time gets
Mhm.
here, my body is like, no, no.
Yep.
My body is just like
Yeah, we
no, and
definitely have to balance our time, especially as entrepreneurs.
come on, sis, teach. Come on, sis, teach. You
Yeah,
have to.
we definitely have to balance our time as entrepreneurs. Yeah, other than that, it can get out of hand.
Yeah, it
It can
really
get out of
does.
hand. Sleepless nights, restless nights, mind steady going. I mean, it get real. It's
Mm-hmm.
real.
Tell you,
People
it
don't
really is.
understand. It's a lot. It's not, just what you're gonna do. Do your regular work duty. But when it comes to dealing with entrepreneurship, no telling what it's gonna be. You working off a schedule, some hours. You trying to get it done. It
Come on,
takes a
sis.
great deal of discipline.
Yes, it does. It does,
It's
and
not.
consistency. You know, it. I mean, showing up every day.
Yes,
But here's the thing
ma'am.
too:
That too.
showing up, showing up, because you said like I like again. We use the illusion here. Well, I don't want to call it illusion, but the analogy here that we are an airport. And when you study in flight and you studying the different functions and things that's going on in the airport, you understand that one, of course,
Mhm.
the everybody in communication with the tower. You have to be in communication with God. Constant communication. There is not one moment where the pilot and the tower is not in communication. Right. Then, but what's more important when I was saying about just show up,
Right.
man, show up ready to do, because all planes are on autopilot. No one's found the plane. Like they're just there just in case. Like it's on autopilot. So that's our lives. Not only is it on autopilot, we're on autobahn. We're limited by our
Right.
society and the things that they say that we can do or not. They put us in a vehicle that's capable of going 200 and something miles per hour, yet they limit us at 35 and 55 and 60 and
Wow.
70. You have to realize you're on autobahn. The sky is the limit. As fast as you want to go, go. As fast as you can handle, go. You know what I'm saying? As much control. So listen, show up to do at the very least. And he got you on autoplane.
You said at
And
the
he got
very.
you at the very least, sis. At the very
I
least.
like how you
What
put that. Sis. Nobody ain't never tried to break it. I like how you put that. Because we definitely got speed limits. Nah.
yes, yes,
We definitely
yes,
got speed limits. The cars do
yes.
140, 120, but it's like, slow your roll. Like you said, the effort that is put in is what counts. At least you actually put in,
On
the
teach.
steps,
They
the
if it's built
ability to
in
do
you.
some stuff. So put
Cars,
in.
that's right. Teach, teach the ability to do, and you're limited. That it doesn't add up. It doesn't. But that's
Man,
society. That's the world.
it
They'll
don't.
limit you. Okay. Now, I mean, look at your current car. When you get in your car, what is the speedometer? What is the top speed of your car? And you can't even go it. You live in a
That's
society
right.
where
You can never touch
purchase
it.
a
Ain't that crazy?
car is beyond crazy unless you go over to Germany and you get on autobahn. But other than that, you can't go the speed that your car is maxed out to go. So it can't even go to full potential. That doesn't make sense. But
Wow.
again, the society in which we live, we are limited. They don't want us to reach max potential. They don't want us to utilize everything that we were given. If we ever got any type of
Mm.
knowledge of ourselves, you know what I'm saying? Tap into the full knowledge of us. And I was holding a conversation with a friend. I can't wait to discuss this on air, but just really about getting back to origin and starting with origin, ending in origin, alpha omega. Like you have to, no matter what happens in the middle,
You know what I'm saying? As long as you started with origin and ended in origin, in the middle you have your bound, you're held and restrained by the Holy Spirit. You know what I'm saying? So you don't come out of bound, but we have so many people who start off wrong. And that's the reason why even their ideologies are far off or out of bounds, out of range because of their starting. So, we were just holding a conversation about how to fail and
That's
how to
true.
succeed in playing. You can play in both. Yes, you can. You start with God, that's a success all day.
Man, 'cause it's
And if you
crazy.
starting, go ahead. You
That's
in with it.
crazy. 'Cause I mean,
I mean,
I just been feeling free. This, I mean, like you
mhm,
said, the ideology it was wrong. You know what I'm saying? You started off wrong, so your mindset about this thing is wrong. You know what I'm saying? And it takes time to undo all of that wrongness. You know what I'm
come
saying?
on,
That you've been practicing because I feel really free right about now, and I feel free because I kind of felt like I was in a mindset to where I was almost trapped. So this low key, you know what I'm saying? You know the things we've been discussing. And I'm
mm-hmm.
like, bro, how do I get out of this? And I'm like, it's a spiritual thing. It's a Christian type walk. And I happened to pull up an article where it talks about abuse from, spiritual leaders and abuse from, people in power and all this other kind of stuff. And how, it kind of added directly up to what I was experiencing. I'm like, how could I experience this type of behavior in a godly type of environment? Because my ideas of how this thing was done has been wrong. How my
Come on,
idea how I thought this thing was supposed to go
yes,
was wrong, and now I just feel free, sis. I'm like,
yes,
how did? And
yes.
I asked God. I remember I was crying. I said, how did I even get involved in something? You know what I'm
Come
saying?
on,
Such as
sis.
this. But
Mm-hmm.
I realized too, with this mind that God has given us, which is also in Christ, you don't walk around naive, sis. When you got this heart of God and this
Yeah.
mind of God, you can get yourself into things not even being aware of it. You know what I'm saying? Because
Oh
your
yeah.
thought
It's,
process
it's,
and your ideology is wrong. Like the way that people have been teaching to you is wrong.
wrong. So that means that
You're a
you looking
human
at
being. You know how you're supposed to be treated as a human being.
come on, sis. Come on and teach. Come on and teach. I'm serious. Like you have to be honest and take the step
It's
back
wild. It's
and
wild.
say that my precept, which is the idea before the idea, I was off. The thought before the thought, I was wrong. Because if you don't look at that, that means everything outside of that is going to be inconclusive. It's going to be superficial. It's not going to be real.
Mm.
So it's not going, it's fake.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like starting out with a
Mm-hmm.
recipe that somebody gave you. If you don't follow it to the letter, you don't have the recipe. You now have a superficial, artificial recipe, meaning you didn't took something out or you added something that wasn't supposed to be.
That.
It's artificial. It's not real. It's not authentic. And that's what we have going on here. A
That's
lot of
right, sis.
people don't understand their origin and they're afraid to go back. They're afraid to say, I'm wrong. We're wrong. I'm sorry, guys. We're supposed to be headed north this way, the true
Yep.
north, not north according to, regular directional north. It's the true and accurate north
Mm-hmm.
that we should be going to the north that doesn't change depending on where you are, the original north. And so, man, yeah, you're right, sis. And it's freedom. Rock true liberation,
It's definitely
and
freedom.
your rights and roles.
It's
Yeah,
definitely freedom, sis.
yeah,
Right, because
yeah.
people will build you up so high, while you're pleasing them, while you're under this submission to them, while you're under this illusion of manipulation of them, but you do wrong thing, you'll see, or you disagree with them, and then you'll see how things change. And I guess sometimes
Oh yeah.
we've heard several different things of how people could experience abuse and manipulation and things like that, even as a strong-minded individual, because you're thinking that you're doing this thing under submission to God, and you want to be obedient. They say be obedient to your leaders and woo woo. Then you look up, you done got yourself in a situation. Now it's like you running for your life like a crazy person because you don't know. You're kind of fearful because there's somebody in God and you thinking God gonna punish you. Or, yeah, it's just. I'm like, how did you get it? How did you get in this mind twisted? Because it's
Where,
real. This mind
is
twisting.
this idea coming from? Where is the precept to the concept? Where did you get this from? Where did they get it from? And that's
I
another
don't
thing. A
know.
lot of people, they said. Because when you ask them who said it, that's not a reliable source. Like I've never did a college paper
Mhm.
and was able to reference they. It does not work. Who said this? We want to either give them credit or we want to investigate the terms for ourselves. And that's what we should be able to do no matter what. Investigate the situation for yourself. Never trust anybody's information but your own. I love the Player Club. Shout out to Ice Cube. That was the dopest line ever in the Players Club. Investigate it for yourself. Don't trust nobody's information but your own. Go back, turn
Mhm.
back. You know what I'm saying? Go back and see. Because this stuff ain't adding up. If you look at it, it don't add up. And it has to be rock true through and through, from beginning to end, from the core to the crust. If it's missing any element of love or him, it ain't him. It's that deep. It's that deep. Like I'm telling you, starting with
Yep.
origin, ending with origin, like you have to understand that. This is this man. Woo. And if you don't get that, understand who he is, you'll never understand why he does what he does. It's not gonna make sense to you. So salvation doesn't make sense. The cross, him down on the cross, don't make sense. Your purpose don't make sense. So now, guess what? This is why we're living inconclusive lives. We living in purposes that we were not designed to live in. You
Right.
recreate.
Worshiping
You
people.
imagine
Right.
that.
Worshiping people.
Worshiping people. That's another one. Worshiping yourself. That's number one.
Yep.
We admit
Yep.
that. We be like, you worship you, and he told you not to do that. So,
That's
man,
right.
sis. All right, let's go through the week real quick, because I'm telling you, this show gonna go back quick, and we'll just go ahead and climax with Rock Singles. That was the dopest show of all time and all week. I love it. Don't forget to check out Doc Ock in the cafe tomorrow. We are making cheese cake. Do you understand me? Do you understand that I've been waiting to make cheesecake? Yeah. And so the doc is in the doc's way. I cannot wait. I'm so excited about it. So check us out at noon tomorrow. But then also we will be at the bridge Northwest Indiana, the Bridge event for autism. I am so excited about it. Shout out to Miss Christina and Awesome Kids Rocks. I believe that portion of the proceeds will go towards her organization. So that is the dopest thing ever. Like, I had reached out to her to like say, hey, it's an event. Come back to the, Wonderland place. Come to find out she's a part of it. So that's super dope. So if you guys want to try out Rock Truth Cafe sandwiches and smoothies, check us out tomorrow at the event. You do have to get your tickets. They're $20. They are on Eventbrite. The information is posted up on our website, on our page, all of our social platforms as well. So go ahead and check it out, register, and we'll see you there. We'll beat you there. We'll greet you there. I cannot wait. I love Rock Truth Cafe. Like, we are excited, super excited about the event. Then on Monday, we will officially interview and introduce Miss Jate Winky to the world. She is part of the Rock True family, recently part of our Rock True family. Shout out to her. Shout out, sis. We will go ahead and highlight everything that she does and her apparel, and just get to know her a little bit more. She will be working with Tamoys on Rock Youth, Rock Truth, and then she is also one of the hosts on Rock Singles. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to that. And
Shout
then
out to today.
ain't it right? She's so dope, super dope. I love it. And I think Wi-Fi issues have been slightly resolved. So that's good. That's good. We're gonna get her all the way together. All the way together. Then I'm gonna do a little skip over slightly and go over to Rock True Queens on Thursday next week. Shout out to the Queens crew. Dope, 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 dope show this week. Loved it. Shout out to Miss Christina Peterson. Justina. I'm sorry. I'm telling you, it's so many names. Miss Justina Peterson. Go to www.justinapeterson.com and get her book, Not in Your Own Strength. When I tell you, you will not believe the things this beautiful woman has gone through. You see her, She looks absolutely nothing like what she's been through.
Wow.
I mean, she's been through it. You would not believe it. And she discussed openly in her book about everything, all of the traumas and all of the cover ups. You know what I'm saying? The ways in which she lived her life to cover from others what it was she was really doing. I'm telling you, this
Man.
book, and I'm talking about the facades we put on for other folks, and you
Teach,
be
sis, teach.
miserable. You be just as miserable. Come on, be miserable, and you come around on holidays and everything else like you got it all together, knowing dang well. Child, please. This book is good. It is a page turner. I have it right here. Not in my own strength. Look at her. Miss Justine Peterson, not in my own strength. When I tell you, amazing, amazing, amazing queen. All right. So Sierra, you're being summoned by Will. Let's see. Oh, so let's go backwards. Let's go backwards. Let's go backwards. Where is Sierra? Yeah, you're being summoned.
I'm out here with some rollers in my head sitting outside the
rollers, she got rollers. Will be
right. They just want me to be ghetto so bad on camera.
Sometimes, sister, they just want you to they love you though. They just want to see your beautiful faces. All of
with the rollers.
She said, well, there she goes. She queening. She queening. She getting it together. You know? Shoot. Go ahead. Miss Jackson. She getting it together.
Right. With the rollers.
Right. Let's go back. Let's go back. I saved the best for last because I have to give the Rock Truth broadcast of the week and year so far and to date to Rock Single this week. Rock Single was so super dope this week. I'm telling you, I'm cracking up, laughing. It was fun. It was funny. It was, man, it was everything like that one Rock Truth represents, you know. It was truth. It was laughter. It was love. It was all that jazz. Like, so I'm oh my God, to watch it. You guys, if you haven't watched it, go back and catch the recap on YouTube, Rock Truth Radio.
Lord.
Go back and catch the replay. Is Sierra saying that? We're gonna talk about why Sierra's saying that. Go back and catch the replay. But it was amazing. And I'll tell you guys why this show was so amazing after our commercial break. That way we can just go ahead and, you know, get everything on out of the way and discuss Rock Single, because that was the dopest show ever. As the consumers also raised it, because that I love one thing about watching the Dave Chappelle special, and he was saying, you know what, now I'm gonna go to my real bosses, and his real boss was the audience, and he said, I'm asking you guys who are the consumers to not purchase or participate in this, and so that's the same thing. We didn't as well. We are the real bosses and are the machine. You know,
do me a favor. On your platform, and again, I'm so humble and blessed to be on your platform. Do me a favor.
Yes, sir.
The same platform that you have right now and what you're doing right now, I don't even think you realize Rock Truth Radio stands for more than just Rock Truth Radio. Here's the difference with what you're doing culturally. You're talking about building a whole bunch of people that's looking at your show and looking at the sisterhood and brotherhood that you bring forth every single show. And it's showing them subliminally, this is how you work together.
Yeah.
This is the bridge you build for other people to cross over back and forth. That's the kind of platform that we need. That's the kind of positive energy that we need. If it's not for your show, how will younger people have first off, a blueprint to follow and something to look forward to, and to say, I don't really want to do the rest of that stuff that everybody else is doing. I need a show that is indicative of who I am. And that's what Rock Truth is all about. So I'm so humbled to be on your platform.
Thank you. And we're humble to have you. And I'm sorry, just one last minute and I'll let everybody else talk. But
thank you for that. And just like you said, you stand independent. So do we. We are not, willing to do anything for any money. We're not willing to compromise anything. If we got to put in the work, we'll put in the work before we compromise ourselves and the God that we serve. But we don't need that. We're not here for that. We're here for his namesake solely. And so I'm so grateful that you've taken again the time to turn and see us for who it is that we are. That was I'm trying not to cry, Will. Yeah,
Rock Truth got merch, y'all. Who is your true north? Who holds you down so you'll always know where you are? God, the original true north, the original point of reference. Check out our clothing line, True North, at RockTruth2.com for your kingdom culture needs. Everything from tees to sweats, men's, women's, and kids' sizes. Inez Essentials Whipped Body Butter has a wide assortment of 8-ounce body butter made with unrefined shea and mango butter, infused with vitamin E oil, coconut oil, sweet almond oil, natural mica powder, and fragrant essential oils. It is designed to heal and moisturize dry skin, and it is perfect for the whole family. Our whipped shea butter is handcrafted with a blend of natural and organic ingredients. The unicorn body butter can be customized to the scent of your choice. If a scent is not chosen, no scent will be added. Have you been searching for a custom home decor and crafts? Check out Delicious Designs. For more information, simply search Della Williamson on Facebook. Are you in need of advertisement or marketing tools? Branded in his image prints, logos, flyers. Contact us today. Rock True Prints is ready to serve your printing and designing needs. We offer a full array of marketing tools, logos, flyers, business cards, video ads, and website designs. If you need our services for prints, we got you there too. Contact us at RockTruthRadio@gmail.com for more information.
Okay. We are back. Just a real quick announcement. Shout out to a friend of mine, DC. They're having a Mayday kickback for the 219 riders. This Saturday, actually, May 15th. It is noon until in Washington Park in Michigan City. So if you guys are out and about and want to bring out the family and get to know this organization, they do a lot of different community involved events around town. And again, it's a lot of them. It's they're definitely um nationwide. I know it's a few chapters in Michigan City, Indianapolis, Gary, so check them out. 219 Riders, they'll be having a Mayday kickback tomorrow noon at Michigan City Park by the zoo. So, all right, Miss Sierra,
Yes, ma'am, Queen.
Queen. Let's talk about rock single.
Yes.
So now, what was so hilarious to me was that one, it was you in the video. Like, I love the way you would come to the side of this video with your hair, your eyeballs. Like, what is going on? Like, wait, what did he just say? Like, it was just hilarious. So talk about rock single, the experience last Wednesday. What was going on, sis?
So it definitely was not scripted, y'all. This was unexpected. I didn't even know what was about to happen. I was just as surprised as y'all was. I had met the young man. We probably been knowing each other for about 2 weeks or something like that. Probably not at this point. So, he came over. We were going to talk about something else that I was, facing, dealing with some other stuff in church. So I let him in. I had told him about the show prior to, since we discussed it. So I'm letting him in, So I'm letting him have this moment. He started off embracing the queens and talking about how we need to, uplift them and embrace. I'm like, we on to something, right? Little did I know, he was about to try to go in on me.
It wasn't really that bad, sis.
But I mean, it wasn't bad, but it's like, so I didn't even know how this man felt, right? And we've been talking about on Rock Singles, about communication. We've been talking about relationships and how things of that nature. So this was definitely a communication breakdown type issue
Yes,
because
yes,
I did not know
absolutely.
this man felt away. I had no
Correct.
idea. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a little unfair to me because I hadn't talked to him. Of course, our
Yeah,
communication was
yeah.
sketchy, but I didn't think nothing of it. Sis, I left that was our first date. First time that we ever, hung out and had to be in the spots where we had to exchange money and stuff like that. In this case, this gentleman wound up leaving his wallet, and I understand that could be a situation when it comes for a man or whatever like that, but I'm just a woman, so I'm like, we gonna eat regardless. Like, we gonna eat chill. Like, you don't have to be like that. You don't have to be uptight. I'm not the type of person. Well, obviously, it was an ego thing to him, and he was just looking for me to be a ride or die or a loyal type of person on the first date, and I'm like, uh, I kind of
And
don't know you.
and again, it's not at that point. It's like it's not anything wrong with that. It's that because your expectation for a friend should be friendship. You should expect that somebody knows how to handle you. Not so much you, but handle friendship, right? But I
Mhm.
don't need any test on day one. I ain't never showed up for no class and you had a test. Now some people try to do pop quizzes, and every teacher that does a pop quiz on the first day, we call them crazy.
Right.
Like you have to be out of your mind. Like we just came out from the summer break. Are you for real? I'm still thinking about the beach. I am not thinking about algebra or anything else that has anything to do with anything. And you pop up with a quiz, girl, go sit down. It better be what is my address?
Exactly, sis. And I mean, because it's crazy because you said, you felt like it was a test, and I had never thought about it like that. I'm just like, okay.
I mean, just the way it revealed out, Like again, shout out to King. Like, first of all, to have the honest, the boldness to
Mhm.
be flat, straight up, honest about yourself and situations. And I know you were moved by environment, so I don't want to, discourage you because you're healing. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And so I'm so honored that you came on our show. I want to say that first and foremost, but you presented a lot of situations that we have to discuss as one parents because we have children as mentors who are out here touring men in the kingdom, teaching them what's what and how to do things and stuff. So we need to know what to teach them and what areas we're struggling in, so one, like Sierra said, communication, like that should have been known to Sierra prior to, but I understand you were so moved by the group and friends because we are your friends, bro. Day
Mhm.
ones. And so you were so moved by the group. I get it. You forgot the cameras and everything else. And I loved it. You know what I'm saying? But communication, sis, like you hit on, was key because I should have known that before everybody else. You're
Yeah,
right. You're right.
that was about
Mm-hmm.
other than that, I'm like, that's cool, but with me and the type of person I am, with all of us, we're true, like we're realists, we're those type of people,
Yeah.
so it's like it's an open door policy with all of us. Like, if you definitely feel a way, we are the people to sit down and be like, hey bro, hey sis, I feel I feel a certain way. But one thing I took out of that conversation is too, when because he confessed to you guys, he's like, at that moment I felt powerless, and I'm like, powerless.
Right.
So
Yeah. Choose
that's
phrases.
a big word to use. And
It is.
I'm like, this is such a small situation. How does this make you feel powerless?
Correct, sis. Correct, sis. Correct, sis. And again, when you're listening, I love my talker listener cards. When you're listening and, people are talking, you're able to pick up on, like we said, that was a big word. Why did you choose that word? You chose that word because that means something for you. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? That's pretty heavy to say that. And so, when you're listening to people talk, you look out for these type of words or choice phrases
Hmm.
because they're helping you and it's teaching you about them where they are, the things that trigger them, the things that bother, you know what I'm saying? And when you're friend or foe, you decide, that you are to become sensitive to your friend's need. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, but understanding that too is like, that's not my problem, that's your problem. In this moment, something made you feel powerless, but that's still on you, baby. That's not my problem. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Because a
Right.
lot of
That's true.
they like to put their trash in your trash can, sis.
That's
They
true.
like to and at first, you know what living out in Gary, I didn't care that much until they started making us pay for sanitation. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, you really don't care. You just like, oh, come on, put trash on in here. But when you got to pay for the weight of what's in your garbage, and it
Mm-hmm.
was that much, had you not put that in there? I'm just saying.
That's facts. And sis, I would say definitely, like, as a woman, like, I've sat back and I told myself, like, I'm not gonna take on anything, like you said, the weight of other people. You know what I'm saying? Sitting there being quiet, allowing other people their personal issues or whatever they're battling with to be forced upon me, and me just having to like bust my brain trying to figure out what's wrong with you. That's not fair to me. And guess what? That bothers us mentally, because we're looking, your energy and your spirit is affecting us, and we don't know why you're feeling this way because you won't open your mouth. I sat
Right.
through that. That's like mental abuse. That's like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm
Mm,
not doing that no more, because that stuff will have you all over the place. You're trying to figure out why this person's not happy because it's too much on one individual. It's like,
right. When you communicate,
yeah,
talk.
that's
All
all
you
I'm
ever have to
saying.
do is say, yeah, no, no, no. You're absolutely right because, like we talked about on Rock Single, how were you to know? Tell me, how were you to know if nobody says anything? How are you to know anything? How do I know that this is a situation that makes you feel powerless? And then a lot of situations you don't know anything until you're going through.
Mm-hmm.
You some things we bury in ourselves, you know what I'm saying? And so you don't know what it is until you're going through. And it's just like, at least be willing to finish out the course, like finish out the race, continue on, understand that it's going to be okay as long as you follow the formula, stay in constant communication with the tower. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? So no, it was definitely eye opening. And I loved it because it was fresh, it was real, like you said. This was not scripted. No, it was not.
No, at all.
No, it was not, but it was necessary. It was necessary because relationship is important. Communication is important. All the stuff that we saw on Wednesday are the things, and I want to make it like it's like what not to do, but it is. We got to witness why, and that's what's important. It's not just what to do, what not to do. It's the why, so that you understand. That's just talking about how to get back to origin. You can't get back to origin if you don't know who he is, if you don't want to understand why he does what he do.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? You can be lost out there. So,
It's
this
not
this
cool. Yeah, it's not cool, wanting to understand somebody or trying to understand a situation with no communication. And
come
like you,
on.
and then too in life, like a lot of stuff, like our reactions to a lot of stuff, it didn't just happen in that particular moment that you begin to act out like that. Like that's something from the past that triggered that. That thought process of somebody left you stranded or somebody left you bogus or them not having your back, or it was a flashback from something in the past, and the person sitting here is totally new, like, what's going on? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Calm down, that type of situation. And it's real. I mean, that's why we
Yeah.
talk about being whole. Like, I never forget
Yes,
that
sis.
teaching.
Come on, sis. Talk about
I
it.
never forget
Why do
that
you feel like
teaching.
that's significant?
Hmm.
Why do you feel being whole is significant? Because you said you'll never forget that. That's
Well,
something. Why do you feel
yeah,
that's significant?
definitely with being whole, like, it is so necessary that before you even deal with anyone, like, and the young man, he said to me, he's like, you have trust issues. And he's not lying. I didn't even know I had trust issues until I had to deal with one of those type of situations.
You see
I
what I'm
felt like
saying?
I developed trust issues from society. Like,
Woo, sis, teach, teach, teach.
I felt like I developed that from society because I didn't even know I had them. So I'm
That's
like,
just
why do I have them?
I
Society. I feel like society, implanted that in me because I was
Yes.
prior to.
Yeah. Yeah,
So I'm just like,
absolutely.
we just, there's various different things, but I mean, look at society, like, man, look at society. If you even just look around, like, for single people or anything, like, man, you would just literally cry, like, even
Yes.
married, like, bro, you would just break down. Like, you have to keep your head afloat and keep your eyes on God, because you'll be one depressed, sad individual if you just looked around
Yes, you
or
will.
just really sat there, like,
Mm-hmm.
or gave heed to the stuff that's really going on around you. Like, bro, it's a lot going on that God yet shields and protects us from. So
Yes.
I'm like,
Yes.
young man, I developed trust issues from society. This ain't no stuff that I just picked up on my own. And I'm like, God knows what's on the inside of us, but your level of trust that you're like, go back to expectations again. All of
See?
that what we've been talking about is so key, y'all, and it lines up so good, because your expectation is way off when it comes to people. You're gonna
Come
constantly be
on.
disappointed. You're gonna constantly be hurt. And I'm here to tell you, stop doing this to yourself,
Come
because if you
on.
walking around thinking that that's the average mindset of the average person, you're
Come
going to be thinking
on.
you tripping, you're not realistic, this stuff don't
Nope.
exist. You
Nope.
gonna be in a bad spot if you thinking that people just gonna trust you, and they no from day one, and that ain't finna happen. I'm
Here's the thing,
sorry.
even with trust. Here's the thing, even with trust, because everybody like to add this into relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Where did he tell you to trust people?
Nowhere.
Nowhere. So why are you wasting your time looking to trust the individual? It will never happen. He said we fickle.
Mm-hmm.
And analyze yourself. You fickle fan without God. You don't know what you gonna do. You don't know what you
Yep.
capable of. You don't know what your limit is. He shows you. And you still don't know your limit because the Holy Spirit restrains you.
That's right.
You could go further. And
That's
so
right.
he told you to trust nobody. He
Mm.
told you to trust him. That's it. Stop trying to think you're gonna trust the individual out here. You can't even trust yourself.
You feel me?
Hey.
That's what Doc was talking about. And Ty,
Mhm.
he couldn't understand. I'm like, I understand what she said, because if anything come from God and you trust God, you good, But other than that, because she's basically saying, same thing. She trusts God, not man. And he's like, well, how are you going to successfully be the man and you don't trust the man? She's like, I trust God. So I'm like, she even made me think, you know what I'm saying? Because if
Yes,
God gives you anything and you trust God, you good, you
you
know.
good.
Mm-hmm.
You follow formula. That's following the formula. If you're following his formula that he set his way, all results are on him. They're not on you.
Mm-hmm.
They're not on you. This is where you get to now blame God and say, "No, I did it your way." You have a right. See, you got to understand rights, roles, responsibility. You now have a right to take up your case
Mm-hmm.
in his courtroom.
Amen.
Say, excuse me. You said X, Y, and he waiting on you too. The problem is we do not exercise our rights, but we don't exercise them because we don't know them. Just like our current
That's right.
constitutional. You don't know them. You don't know what laws are in place currently. You don't know what laws they got rid of. You don't know what you got a right to do or not.
That's right.
And because of that, you can't exercise properly. And so you can't petition and say, we want this because it's written here that said that we're supposed to have it. But you don't know what you're supposed to have because you've been told, serve him and you going to have cars, clothes, houses.
Mm-hmm.
No, you did not go back to read like, okay, where he say that at? You know.
Like you said earlier, since we've been taught wrong, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've been
Mm-hmm.
taught wrong, set under wrong teaching, set under bad leadership,
Yes, sis, teach.
been taught wrong. And then you get out here and you just like, bro, like, you feel free, it's like once you break from underneath all of that, and people
Oh,
don't
yeah.
understand, having all of that wrong stuff in your life, like, it weighs heavy upon you,
Yes.
even if you can try to act like you don't go on about your daily life, like, no, dude, that it's like a form of manipulation, a form of control. It's like you're trying to break free of
Mhm.
something, and you
Yes.
can't, and it's mind boggling. It can wear heavy upon your spirit. I mean, that stuff is real, because I mean,
Come
I
on,
was
sis.
going through it, and I understand the people that drunk the Kool-Aid. You feel?
Come
I'm
on,
like,
sis.
how could they drink this Kool-Aid? I
Come
know
on,
they got
sis.
good sense. Yeah, they had good sense, you know what I'm saying? But that cool, they was under that manipulation and that control, and their spirits was
Yeah,
all wrapped up in it, and their minds was wrapped up in it. They couldn't break
yeah.
free from it.
On the T.
It's that's with anything. That could be a soul
Come on
tie.
and
That
teach. I
could
think I
be
got stuck. Okay.
anything. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you started off
Come
with
on.
good stuff. You cool. But you got yourself in this entanglement. You know what I'm saying? And it gets real and it happens to some of the strongest people. You ain't gotta be
You
weak
don't.
to get something like
It's
this.
easy. It's easy. Like I'm working on a design now, that mimics. It's a thin line between love and hate. And my friend said
Mm,
it's a thin line between anything on the other side of opposite. So
wow.
it's a thin line between anything that's opposite. That's what it is. That's opposite because thin line between love and hate. These are two opposites. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And when he said that, that made me think of it like that's because it's a thin. So you walk in a very thin line. You know what I'm
That's
saying? You
right.
don't realize that just a small over, and you're into hatred. You think
Man.
you gotta like whole cannonball. No, your toe over it. Let that pinky toe touch you over there,
Yep.
over there. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? It's way deeper than we thinking. That other side of right is straight up wrong.
Yep.
And it's no middle ground. He don't play in the middle. It's no gray areas when it comes to Christ or when it comes to the kingdom. You either right or wrong. You either over here, you ain't. You either, you know what I'm saying? It's just
Right.
it's nah.
It's
So
real,
yeah,
sis. It's absolutely real. I remember I asked God this week, Grandma, how did I get involved with how did it, but you know what? Having that childlike, innocent, Christ-like spirit, sis. That's why I say God do not want us to walk as naive. He know how He has made us as people. He know He has made us, humble folks. Submissive type people. But that is not for us to use and walk in lightly. God has made His real people a certain way, sis.
yeah,
You can tell them they fruit they bear. You can put them in a room anywhere. People going, gravitate to them. He has made us a peculiar people.
yeah,
And we have to protect and guard our spirits for real in these last and evil days, because people will take that type of spirit and they try to run with it, manipulate it, you know,
yeah, yeah.
all kinds of crazy stuff. So I learned, you got to literally have your elbows up ready to fight up out that
Come
situation.
on, come on.
You because if you don't get up at you'll find yourself, there's so many people who have been hurt and spirits broken,
I mean, everybody.
broken,
Yeah, yeah, and
broken.
they keep
And
finding their way back.
I told myself, I said, I will not experience no church hurt. I will not allow no individual to make me. I will not. I refuse to experience all that. Sis.
Mhm. Come
Because
on.
it's real has happened to a lot of people, because they manipulated you and making you think that it was God, your father that you love so much, so you stayed and you endured this type of treatment, you endured this type of pain, and Jesus was nowhere around. Jesus
Listen,
wasn't.
you hit
It was
you
not
hit
done in His
target.
name. Now
Mm-mm,
you hurt,
no,
you broken. Not me. I'm sorry, I can't.
but a lot of the things you said is you see. I'm
Mhm.
telling you, people can do whatever they desire. I always ask, what you gonna do?
That's
So
right.
now that you have the factors of matter, now that you know what's next, now that it's like, okay, so what are you gonna do though?
That's right.
And your job is supposed to be responding. And so if you stay and you didn't open your mouth and say what was
Mhm.
what, you hurt yourself. And this
That's
is what
right.
God, this when she talking about church hurt, because people always get it twisted. They look at it like, okay, it's these people, it is you. And
Mhm.
God ain't do it either. Because when it's church hurt, God always to blame indirectly.
Mhm.
It's like, okay, I'm running from these people, but forget you too, God. God, like, what? I ain't
Right.
never told you it is. I never made a promise. And sis, if you want to be straight up, you didn't go look for yourself.
That's
Now we don't
right.
want to start talking about your kingdom accountability. Is all I'm saying. That's
That's
maybe
right.
that's why we don't blame God or bring him up or we say something indirectly because we know he can start not airing us.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Dude, no, I
You
did
know, you,
not do that. I did not say that. You knew that didn't sound like me. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? You know it's written in our heart and our mind. It is written here already. That's why when the
yep.
stuff comes up, it's like that. Yeah, that makes sense. I knew that. I knew that. Yeah,
Mhm.
you knew it. You wrote it there. You know. So yeah, like man, we back to origin formula of doing things. You know, you won't be off. You won't be off. All results on him. That's a different lifestyle. That's culture. That's that kingdom culture. I love it.
That's right. And
Yes,
you know,
yes,
too here
yes.
lately, I've been reminded as well, soul winning business and two, people of God, especially leaders, if you're gonna be one, you have the power to speak things in people's life. So it's like be watchful what you say, You can't just be, saying no anything out your mouth. You could,
Yes,
cause you gotta be careful what you speak. So,
absolutely.
always speak to build up and not tear down because I'm saying folk, your mouth is tearing them down. So I tell people, God, rebuke them curses up, rebuke that mess, send that mess back to the pits of hell, cover yourself in the blood at all times because you just never know, man. You just never know.
Listen,
Send the mess back.
we're so empowered. We're so empowered. You know, we have been empowered to do more, greater things than
Mm-hmm.
what he did on the cross. That is in you. A lot of
Yep.
this stuff that we sending up, he's sending back down because he
Mm-hmm.
empowered you. I don't, excuse me, if I've equipped you with everything that you need on this side of Jordan, what are we talking about?
That's
Why do you
right.
come up to me as if I don't have the things or I didn't give you the things necessary? Again, I say this turns into kingdom accounting, and this is
That's
not
right.
going to be good for you. You're going to get a spiritual audit. That's the last thing you need from the kingdom. Okay. That's like the
Right.
IRS coming in, the kingdom IRS coming in, like all these funds. Where is the one thing it reminded me when I think about the kingdom accountant, it makes me think of Coming to America. And when Simi sent out the thing for $1 million,
Mm-hmm.
and or it was like, okay, he probably would have sent the few thousand or whatever, the few 100,000. When he sent it for 1 million, he looked like, what is y'all doing? And instead of money, you got your father, and he looking like, hey, hey, what's going on? What y'all got going on out here in these streets?
Yep.
So you open yourself up to kingdom accounting, but I mean, follow formula. Follow this formula. You cannot go wrong.
You can't.
You can't. You can't.
And having that personal relationship with him for yourself, that is
Serious.
key. That is key. You cannot depend on others to think that they're going to develop or do or start or get you anywhere in God. You have to seek the Lord for yourself. He tell you that. We are living in some critical, crucial times, man, to where people will take this gospel and take this word and try to utilize for their own good. You have to have a relationship with God for yourself. There is no way around it. And if you don't, I feel sorry for you.
Teach
I
it.
really feel bad for you if you don't seek him while he may be found for yourself. I don't know what
No,
you
sis.
gonna do.
I don't
I
know. I
don't know
mean,
what you
because
gonna
I
do.
just seen the post and it just it see, it's like that's a lie. You know what I'm saying? It's what do you think of this? And it's like there's nothing to say. You can't say anything after it because he has made like the statement of statements. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? And so I just got a reminder post earlier and it said, every knee shall bow. You know what I'm saying? But we move a little fast past that, okay? Because look at what he's saying here. So that's
Mm-hmm.
everybody. So if you have a knee, or even if you were capable of having a kneecap, or it was possibly part of your programming, whatever that may be, every one of them knees gonna bow.
Yep.
Every tongue, nice, every single one of them. Know if you can talk, can't talk, mouth, all you shall confess. These are our things and have been conditioned to believe that we really have a choice. How do we have choice? Every knee, and when it come all the way down to it, every knee gonna bow and
That's
every
right.
tongue will confess. You have a choice. I don't see that. I don't see wiggle room for choice.
No,
What's
there
going
ain't.
on, Lord Ty? There ain't.
There's
Yeah,
not.
we've been tricked. There's not. There's
To be,
not. We have.
I wouldn't even want to live a second down here on this earth, sis, if I did not know God. I mean, I look at life now, I'm like, man, God, don't you leave me down.
Okay, listen, listen.
Don't you
He
leave
said the
me
worst
down
thing
here with
ever
these
is to
strange
be
people.
left in the hands of man. The worst thing is for him to leave you to your own mind. Y'all think it's being left under the devil's care. Y'all still don't understand that he has no power. That's why there's no purpose of you bringing him up, talking about, well, you know how the enemy is. No, I know how your inner you is.
Yep, that's the part. Exactly.
I don't know nothing about the enemy. I don't roll with him. I don't fool with him. He on that hatred side. So I guess, but I know how your inner you is. While you trying to blame the devil, I'm telling you, I know he's sitting over there like, come on, get now. Jesus.
He's like, I
Come
ain't
on.
even do this time. And
I
like
ain't
you
even
said,
got this.
I ain't even did nothing this time. Like you said, this mind is a battlefield. This thing will do some tricks. This
Yes.
mind will get to talking back to you because it's several voices going on. In this
Come on,
mind.
for real. You bipolar at least. You are bipolar at least because you have the duality of the flesh. So come on, talk about it.
Yep. Like, come on now, stop. Let's be realistic. And I'm like, people need to be realistic because then they'll say, oh, well, God said, no, 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 that was you. Flesh said, if flesh rise up, it's going to be, that was flesh. That ain't had nothing to do with no God. That wasn't the devil either. That was
Right.
you. You your own
Yeah.
individual. You don't like that broad. You don't like that brother. You got mad. You know that you hate it's something triggered you. That ain't got nothing to do with God or the devil. That's all you right there.
No, it's all you right there. I'm telling you, that's why any and everybody that when they talk about like, the devil, I just be looking like, no, one, I don't know
It's
him.
you.
Two,
Mm-hmm.
it's you. It's you. And you have that's why y'all, sending up these prayers and petitions, you gotta understand they're petitions that you're sending up to God. So when you're petitioning, you're petitioning in court. And it's particular language that you need to use when you're petitioning the court. You can't ask for nothing he never promised. He can't give you nothing that's not according to law. And so your superficial prayer list, again, the things you
Man.
talking to him about, he just looking like, I'm sending it back. Send it back. Some of
Yep,
this stuff it ain't written because not
the
because of
elders
your
ain't
faith.
getting it.
They
Facts.
not
Ain't no
getting
point
it.
ain't no
Ain't
point
nobody.
in you. That's right. Ain't no point in you praying for your family to get fixed and you caused the problem and you won't humble yourself and call them people and say you sorry. What are we doing here?
What are we
What
doing?
one phone call could solve this.
All to change the trajectory of everything. One phone call. If you understand, and that's again just going back to this conversation, it's such a dope conversation that I was having on the bounds and getting back to origin. But I mean, like the power of one, going back for the one thing
Mhm.
changes everything. A split second can change the whole whatever in life. Like one act changed
Yep.
humanity. One disobedient act, one decision. So admit, how many decisions do you make a day, let alone if one of them went against his plans?
That's so deep. That's so deep and that's so
Yeah.
true. Like, why are we intriguing God and going before God about something that we know we could fix? Like you said, He's giving you everything already for you to you got to take ownership of first accountability. Yes, I had something to do with it. I prayed once. I said, God, if there's anything that
Yes.
we could have done, anything that I had to do with it, I ain't talking about them. If I played a part, you know
Come
what I'm
on.
saying? Like, bro, I don't never want to be that type of Christian sis or anybody in God to where
Come on.
I
That's how
can't
it
see
should.
myself. Don't you know how scary and dangerous that is? Everybody, yes and yes, but you can't see yourself. You know how bad that's real bad.
No, that's horrible.
That's dangerous. That's
That's
dangerous.
horrible. Yeah, dangerous mind. That's a dangerous position. Look at again. again, so you driving a car blind. Think about that. Think about actually being on the road, driving a car, and you can't see. It's not like walking down the street. It ain't like walking in your house that you memorized everything. That's not this. And even the stuff you memorized, somebody can put anything in the way and it's a wrap. You didn't know. You driving down the street and they
Yep.
accidentally left a couch that fell off you know what I'm saying? You just driving off memory. It's a
Right.
couch. You can't plan the street lights. You can't time those all the way perfectly so you know when they gonna turn. Hey, you driving blind out here, recklessly knocking folks
Man.
over, running into
Yep.
folks, and all you got for them is my bad. If you got that,
Right.
so
No
ooh,
accountability,
child,
nothing. That's scary, sis. And that's
that is
that's all around us. And a lot of people, I look at it narcissistic. You know what I'm saying? Like when I did a little bit of research
it is.
on that
It is.
and all of that, I'm like, this is real. Like, it ain't even no joke. Like, this is a whole condition within people. Like, bro, this is real. They will
Absolutely,
never take
absolutely.
accountability. Like, don't run yourself crazy
No,
waiting on them thinking they
mm-mm,
finna
no,
see something.
no, they not, sis. And I mean, trying to make them see themselves. It's like, girl, shoot, that's that bring the horse to water, and they ain't gonna never drink. They like, I'm not thirsty, but girl, child, yes, you are.
And
Dig in.
it's mind blowing. It's mind blowing. But the mindsets of people, God shields and protect us, because if we
Mhm.
really knew, thank God He only know the mind. Because if we really knew the minds of people, bro, it'll be even with having discernment and wisdom out here. We pray God keep us protected with what we know. Like, we walking aliens out here knowing things, and folks think they getting over, and we see and we know, and you still have to maneuver through it all. But just really imagine if God gave you that ability to see, man, you wouldn't have no peace. You'll be running every second. You'll be a Looney Tune, because the
Come on,
stuff that be on people minds, bro, you like, what made you you thought that was okay? What made you even think of that? What made you go there?
I'm telling you. And again, it's just back to your own self analysis of things and desiring change in your own life. But can't nobody make you change. Can't nobody change.
Mm-mm.
Like I believe people don't understand the power of the bending of a wheel. Can't nobody make you be willing, and that is the biggest factor of relationship. You know what I'm saying? People can all day have resources. People all day related to God. You know what I'm saying? They got relationships. And so that's kind of like part of the easy parts of things. But that bending of a wheel,
Man.
God can't even get folks to bend his way.
Mm-mm.
So how you gonna get folks to bend yours? Unless they
You're not.
jellyback, spineless. You're manipulation. I mean, you're
Mm-hmm.
manipulating them, trying to control them. All of that stuff. Other than that, no, and they don't know it, and they don't know it
Yep.
because you can try to do all of that, but folks who are aware gonna call your hand all day. So I mean, like you said, all the principles that we're talking about. Speaking of which, shout out to Rock Single. We are gonna have our Baywatch season from June through August, and we're going to do a program that is geared towards our youth this year called Baywatch. Two different, well, actually three particular programs under Baywatch, which includes Catch Friends Not Feelings, Seek Love Not Likes, which we'll do in July, and then in August, we climax with Baywatch. And we are hitting on several different subject matters. I'll go ahead and talk on those briefly before we get out of here because I'm really excited about them. Like we have really been
Absolutely.
this I believe that this particular program is going to be revolutionary and it's going to change everything. Like people are going to seek us for it. And I'm honored to be a part of it. I'm honored to have you all on panel to discuss. And so with the Baywatch season, Catch Friends Not Feelings, week 1 in June, we will discuss mastering singleness, your rights, roles, responsibility, and being whole. The second week, we will discuss foundational concepts of relationship and readiness. Are you prepared? The week 3, we will discuss expectations and boundaries. Week 4, kingdom courtship and representation. When we get to July, we will discuss seeking love and not likes.
Mm.
I decided to go ahead and theme that month with, I guess you could say we themed it lyrically. So we looked for songs some titles to help us with it. So Seeking Love Not Likes, week 1, we will discuss Don't Do Anything for Clout. Week 2, What's Love Got to Do with It? And that is
Hey.
question. Week 3, your love is 1 in a million, or actually 1 in 5 point something billion or something like that. That's the number of, sperm that comes out. So you won. You know what I'm saying? So you were one out of those many people, not just 1 in a million. You're far more imperative than that. And then the final week in July, we will dedicate that to being up. Shout out to Cardi. When it's up, I'm telling you, it's up in your life. In the
Yeah.
Kingdom High life, is up. Your disposition should be up. Your posture should be up. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing down there. In the kingdom, there is no crisis. We're never in jeopardy of crisis. Everything has already been solved. You see what I'm saying? So there is never a crisis. And then in August, we'll recap. We'll recap with Baywatch, and Baywatch will be in week 1. SOS, which is about effective communication, the talker listener card. We'll discuss that in week 2. Week 3, we will discuss life support. And then week 4, we will discuss safety provisions. And I mean all of them, all of the safety provisions that you can have, starting with abstinence. Okay. We got to start with truth. So our kingdom mentors will be available for our youth this summer through our Baywatch program. I am excited about it. Shout out to our very first sponsor, Miss Juanita McDonald. Thank you so very much for your donation to our kingdom colonization efforts and to our youth. And if you would like to donate to us, go ahead and reach out to us on any one of our social platforms so that we can definitely make sure whatever you're donating to goes to the right department. But if you are donating for the Baywatch season, please, let's encourage our youth to have and obtain better relationships, whole relationships.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Apart from what we have played to them, shown them, because what we've shown them is not truth.
No,
What
it's
we've
not.
shown them is superficial. Okay, sis? What we
Mhm.
show them is not real, and they need to know so that they can be effective and effective in their lives and generations to come. So we're definitely cognizant about what we're providing the next generation, or rather the next 4. So, sis, let's go ahead and get on out of here. Closing remarks for the week.
I'm just excited about the Baywatch as
Woo!
well. Because catching friends and not feelings. I mean, I'm just excited, to
Yeah.
even. I'm ready for the series myself. I
Yes,
understand
I'm
it's
ready
for the
for
youth, but
myself.
I feel like I'm finna learn, and I love to
Come
learn.
on,
I
sis.
love to learn. I'm
Yes.
learning. I've been set free in so many different
Woo!
things now at this point. Learning, mastering singleness. Learning how to chill. It's so imperative that we learn this stuff.
Yes.
It's so imperative that the next generation get it right. It is so
Yes.
important. So I
Yes.
mean, I enjoyed the week. I'm just grateful, to just be open and honest and transparent person. Like I said, nothing that happened this week was scripted, none whatsoever. That's the life, that you see in front of people. Everybody got different expectations and things like that. But I was once told that they don't think that being saved, a lot of time they don't even feel like we should date or go out on dates. But how in the world would you know? This was a learning experience. Somebody was set free by what happened on this week. Somebody
Yes.
took something from one of the shows this week and learned something, was able to take it on and grow. So I'm
Yes.
just grateful, y'all, that that God is using us as vessels,
That's it.
to even display true, raw, like real life. Because the
Yes.
superficial stuff that people are showing, it's like, man, that's not real.
That's not. It's just not, guys. It's
It's
not.
not. This is the real world. People have expectations like that cannot be met because
They
it's not
cannot be
real.
mad. It's not.
And they falling short, denying their happiness is ruining their chances to ever get close to ever
Do
being
you
happy.
understand? We don't listen to the words that we say.
Close to, yeah,
No, go ahead, sis. I didn't know you were talking.
Yeah. Yeah,
Catch up.
it's like you're ruining your chances of even coming close to being happy because of these superficial, all this stuff. And I'm just grateful, that God has chosen, Rock Truth, Rock Single,
Thank
Queens,
you.
all the different platforms, Rock Truth, youth, to
Yes.
show forth his what he's doing within his people. And it's so vibrant and it's so alive, and you're not gonna find that nowhere else. So I'm
No,
just
no.
grateful, y'all.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Thank you, sis. And I appreciate you being a part of it and bringing, what you bring to the table, including your notebook and pad and paper. Like, I love that. Like, I'm interested in it for me. You know what I'm saying? And that's truth. Understanding that, hey, we all need correction. We all need this answer. It's imperative to what it is that we're doing. And like you were saying, sis, I love the word you use. It's not real. We never sit down and kind of like analyze something or some things that are just not real. And what that
Mm-hmm.
means is it don't exist. So you really walking around here doing stuff like you look crazy. You look like the crazy person.
Mm-hmm.
You look like the person that talks to yourself because ain't
Yep.
nobody there. See, I know a lot of people think that kingdom folks look crazy, but we talking to God. Someone's here.
That's right.
There's nobody there. You don't have real friends. You don't have real money, or
Mm-hmm.
rather wealth. You got paper in your pocket and you think you got all of everything in the world. That's paper. Did you know that?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The moment let something drop, it's gonna be worth nothing. Let China say, "Hey, I want everything y'all owe me. It's time to pay rent." Hello? Y'all ain't got programs in place for COVID to cover it. Y'all not understanding. I'm serious.
Yep.
That paper is paper. Get some the intrinsic value in your life again.
Yep.
I'm excited too. I'm excited to even administer the program. Like, we are being pushed, thrust fast to the forefront. And I thank God, I honor him. I love him. I thank God for listening to our prayer, our petitions for each other. For
Amen.
each other, because like you said, you ain't whole. Yeah, you can't do this, you can't do this. I know who was it? I think I was talking to Ty earlier, and he was like, we may have our first rock true marriage, and
Who
we
getting
already got
married?
it. Well, we don't know, but I know that I want to get married, and he was like, "You gonna get married?"
Summertime, sis. We not.
Well, no, not that fast. I want to get married though, and I want to be whole before I do.
Man.
And I'm willing to go through whatever's necessary, which is again that look in the mirror at myself, dealing with a lot of the things that's been swept under the rug, dealing with a lot of things that I choose not to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
And today I thank God because it was he just kept saying up and out, as if I'm throwing up, regurgitating the
Ooh.
things that are in me that are not like him. They can't be here no more. One thing about throwing up, like, you apparently you can't even, it's not going out the other way. So you either
Mm-hmm.
constipated or but he's trying to get it out of you. And when that doesn't happen, that's how you get cysts and boils, because all of that toxicity is he's trying to get out. So today
That's
God is like
right.
up and out. You know what? I want it up and out too. I want to be healed. I want to be whole. I want to be complete. I want to be his, for his name's sake, for the purpose of serving other people. I want to do it wholeheartedly. Like, I really do. And I'm on that verge. I know that that's another thing that we have coming. We have a open mic that we're gonna, schedule. We're getting that in the process for July 9th. And after July 9th, I'm flying, I'm soaring higher, and I'm not coming back. I don't live here no more. I don't know the people that I used to, know or knew of. Everybody's
Mm-hmm.
changed. I don't know. I don't want what God wants for me. I want different. I want his culture style. I want his lifestyle. I want Naomi Campbell ain't got nothing on me in this kingdom. So shout out to everybody that tunes in to Rock Truth, the Rock Truth Nation throughout the week. I've already put up the different shows and stuff that we have weekly. So Rock Truth
weekly. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to crew. Shout out to crew, y'all. Love y'all. Like, I swear, like, yo, we going to the top from here. Don't forget, pack light. Communication is key. Number one. Number two, forgive and restore. Forgive and restore. Forgive and restore yourself. That's where it starts, guys. It starts there. Forgive and restore yourself so that you can accept forgiveness, so that you can offer it. Because we're having an issue. A constipation is usually because you have not fully accepted the forgiveness of your past, present, and future.
That's right.
Offer it to other folks. Get over it, y'all. It's a new day. It is a new day. It's a new time, and this is for us. When the true believers, the real worshipers, shall worship
Yes.
in spirit and in truth, because He seeketh such to worship Him. Get out of your
Yes.
flesh, get out of your head, get out of your mind, get it into the spirit, get cultured, kingdom cultured, obey the law, experience His lifestyle. Peace, y'all.
Peace.